Welcome to, or if you're rejoining us, welcome back to the podcast with your hosts, Jack Howland
and Taya.
This episode will be talking about summer stories.
So settle down and get ready for 30 minutes of World According to Us.
Welcome, everyone, to the second episode.
Yeah. This is fun.
It is fun. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. School stuff happened, which we did not plan for.
Yeah, that is true.
So, over this summer, or since it's fall now, I decided that we'd be going over the past summers and tell about the craziest or wildest adventures that we've gone on. Through the unlucky or the luck, because, it's 2020. So...
You never know what's going on.
No, but especially in 2020 where everything happened in the summer or the spring.
Yep.
You want to start, Taya?
I don't know. I don't know if I have a good story. I know that I do have a good story that happened recently.
Oh. Do tell.
All right. So we were riding bikes.
Oh no.
And we were ending it, and we were like meeting up at a park. There's this pavilion in the park, and we stopped to arrange our things. And I was picking something off the ground, or like fixing something on my bike after I'd stopped, and I was like right at the entrance of the pavilion. So one of my friends is riding down the hill and is like, "Taya, move," and I just look up. I just don't understand or care the situation, I guess is what the look on my face said. So I move out of the way, and she's riding her bike, and apparently the brakes aren't working.
I think...
She slams into the pavilion.
So I was there as well. We just got everything for her friends to have
movie night.
like a movie night. And I had Starbucks. I actually had her Starbucks in my backpack. And all I remember seeing is her not pulling the brakes, but pulling the handlebars on the side. If you want to think about it, it's have you ever seen those professional bikes with the bike handles going down underneath? It was the exact opposite,
so they can rest.
Where they went up instead of down.
Yeah.
I have never even seen a bike like that.
I think I have a few times.
It
was pretty funny.
But my theory is that she didn't know how to pull the brakes.
That's probably true.
And so she comes down full speed into probably wet grass as well. It just rained either that morning or a couple minutes.
That afternoon, I think.
That afternoon?
Yeah.
And
so wet.
So she just full side slams the bike and her into the side. I wanted to get a video of her face then, but I was watching it all from the back because I had already stopped. I was the first one to go down that hill, and I was getting everything out of my backpack so they could have their food and such.
Yeah, and I remember she had the initial impact, but it was at an angle because her bike turns and just runs up against the side of the pavilion.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought she was just gonna go head first into the entrance and just fall into the entrance. Because that would have been clean. Yeah. Just fall.
Yeah, I thought she was just gonna tip over her bike.
Yeah, tip over.
You did actually the other day.
Yeah, the other day, we were going to this shop with the same friends actually, with a little difference, with a little bit of spice. Of one didn't want to come because reasons, and it wasn't even at their house. So we went and grabbed.
Starbucks.
Yes, we went and grabbed Starbucks, and if you know, so up to the entrance of the Starbucks, it goes straight up an incline. There's even cars get scraped at the very bottom if you listen to it for long enough. And
I saw you on the sidewalk. I was like, wait, is he going to go off that curb?
Let me hear from your angle, actually. How did you...
All right. So we
See
were
it.
going down that, and you went up on the sidewalk. And the way it is near our Starbucks is that, um, well, the sidewalk goes up, but then it doesn't go back down to like cross the other
Oh,
street.
it doesn't have a slope.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have a ramp. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, he's probably just gonna go off that thing. He probably understands it. He knows it's gonna happen. So the next thing I know, you're going off of it. Your bike tires, you like hit the front brakes. It looked like you hit the front brakes,
No,
and
because the
you're
front
like
brakes
trying to
don't.
stop.
No,
And I just see you tip over, and I'm like, oh god.
the best part was that's probably not even the dumbest thing I've done with you by my side. To be honest,
Oh no,
no.
no, you picked your bike up and ran across the street once.
Yes, I did. I have. That was my first like long bike ride that I had done.
Mhm. It was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny
Honestly.
because you just saw me just pick it up and just run with it, and that's when I had my old bike. I have a newer bike now.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, and I heard
Yeah.
you recently got a new bike or a hand-me-down bike.
It was an old bike. Yeah, it was an older bike. Way better than my older bike though. It's got much better gear shifting and stuff like that. I
So
just remember.
I like to
Oh wait,
mention
what are you
this
gonna say?
is her older. Which brother's bike was it, or was it all of their bikes?
MB.
MB. So, do you want to tell us about BB? This is the youngest of the three brothers.
Ooh.
Do you want to tell us why he is called BB?
Yeah, it has no correlation to the name of his
No.
name.
No,
Um,
none of them do.
but it's pretty funny. So he would pick me up early from school because his school got out earlier than mine.
When he went to
So
the high school.
yeah, when he went to high school. So he would always pick me up early because he was too lazy to wait. And I was like, so I'd enjoy it. I get out of science class early.
Did you
What's there not to
know?
enjoy?
Did you know when it would be him and not some like doctor's office visit from your parents?
Honestly, that's what I thought it was at first. I thought, wait, mom didn't tell me I have any appointments today, or a dentist or doctor or anything.
That's what I
I
always
was
think.
like,
It's like either like something they're
yeah,
gonna tell me, something I forgot by accident, I don't remember until that very end of the day, or they're
yeah.
just yeah.
So I walk into the office. He's just standing there. I was like, oh, what's he doing here? So
Him
anyways,
again.
him, yeah. It's not a close relationship unless you can call each other him.
Him, her.
Yeah. Okay. With like disgust in your voice, but so you're driving home, and a pigeon goes in front of the car.
Oh, wait, hold up. How does
Flies
a
right in front of the car.
pigeon in Blacksburg? Because I've never seen a pigeon in Blacksburg.
Neither am I. I was like, wait, that's a pigeon.
That's for
You usually think of
NYB.
those in like cities.
Yeah, like New
Yeah.
York.
Like that. So like, yeah. But I was like, wait, why is there a pigeon? So anyways, pigeon gets hit at the car. And you know how cars in the front have grills?
I think only some do, like Jeeps or something.
Yeah, but like most cars have grills in the front, just they have like different patterns on them. So like like some cars have like grills where you can't like see the spaces in between,
Hmm.
but I think it's for like air intake to cool down something. I don't know a lot about cars, so I can't tell you.
I always thought it
But
was for like getting stuff like when for Legos. I know this is very off topic, but when you built like they had the rim on a truck, it would be like for grabbing like another building, like another truck or something
uh,
going off and
like a winch.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Um. But so the pigeon gets stuck in the grill, and we're driving home. We get home, we look at the front, and the pigeon is jammed in between like the bars. So I'm like,
Like the same
okay,
pigeon, the same bird that you saw.
it's the same bird. It's the same bird. It's like jammed in there. and I think it was stuck on a piece of metal or something. But
Wow.
it was. But anyways, so we actually couldn't get it off initially. So I think he had to wear a pair of gloves
Oh.
to get it off. And then I went and buried it in the backyard.
Did you have a name for him, or was it just like the pigeon that that I saw at school? Or
Nah, he didn't. He didn't get a name.
he didn't get a name?
Nah,
Ah,
he didn't get a name.
unlucky. What
He just
would
went in the back.
what do you think you would have named him?
I honestly would have named him Unlucky. That's
Un-
a pretty great name.
Unlucky. That's just 2020, and
It's dark. It's dark, but am I wrong though?
I don't think you're wrong, and that's the funny part about it. So back on topic with bikes or summer stories.
Yeah.
I don't. Uh,
I could tell you a bunch of summer stories, but then as soon as I try and say them out, and then it's like, oh nope, my brain's like, yeah, we're just gonna clear that department for now, and as soon as the recording finishes, we'll just bring them all back.
we'll bring them
Security
all back.
reasons.
Yeah, it's like your brain does a mind sweep, like a refresh.
Yeah, it's like, nope.
You're not getting this today.
Yeah.
So one of my funnier summer stories, or unlucky summer stories, is during. This is actually the final one of these stories. Not summer stories, but every summer my family used to go with a group of friends, and we went and we rented out log cabins.
Mhm.
So we went to a famous national park called Yellowstone National Park. Is that the correct name?
Yeah.
And this,
There's like Yellowstone and Yosemite.
yeah, something. So it went downhill straight from that. Uh, it started out with, I believe, me getting a bunch of wasps, like like stings and such, because people were throwing rocks and I was the last one to leave. Wrong place, wrong time.
Ooh.
So then so I go over to my parent because I feel something in my forehead. Walk over. There is a wasp stuck in the middle of my forehead, like stuck. Can't get out. Can't retract its stinger. So my parent had to.
Don't they die after they sting you?
No, that's with regular bees. These are wasps with which have more than one, if I'm correct, or have the ability to grow it back.
Ooh, that. And I bet it was like just buzzing around trying to get out.
Yeah, I heard something, and on the way. So this was at the friend's cabin. There was like one of those pipes to attract water,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't put my arm down when we were walking, because there was a pain in my my armpit area. I couldn't lower my right arm.
Oh no.
And so we get to the cabin. We take off my shirt, and there is a wasp stuck in the side of my right, like the right part of my shirt.
Abdomen?
Not I mean, sure. It's
I don't know.
it's like the armpit area where it gives you extra room so you can lift your arms and such.
Yeah.
So, I like to mention we have me, my siblings, and one of my siblings' friends in
Wait,
the log
okay,
cabin.
okay. Let me just get this straight.
Okay.
So you had a wasp stuck in your forehead and your shirt.
Yes, and I had multiple other stings. That was
Oh
just
my God.
one of the unfortunate events that occurred on that singular cabin trip. Log cabin trip vacation. So, the next one is there was a lake nearby. And
Oh no.
so another family was kayaking out there and coming back and whatnot. My brother goes into the lake, like goes down the where you put the big boats, like where you
The
take the
boat
truck.
ramp.
Yes, the boat ramp. And he goes into the water. Not 5 feet out, he feels something attached to his foot.
Oh God.
He comes out, and we see that he's got a fishing hook stuck at the
Oh God.
at the bottom of his foot.
Like the heel.
No, like the very center of the bottom.
Oh, and that's like the most tender area. Like I know if like you tickle someone on their feet,
Or you just get
usually heel and up by the top of your or right on your toes, you build up dead skin there.
yeah.
So it's like a protection, but that's just
Yeah, it's crazy. Mhm. And so the next thing, I don't remember any more besides this one, but so I've got two siblings, right? The one
yeah.
sibling, got the thing stuck in their, got stuck in their foot, and the
Mm-hmm.
other one, the other sibling and her friend,
Oh God.
both got poison ivy all over, all over.
That's just the worst.
Oh, and to end it off, when we were leaving, there was this
Oh
circular
no.
formation, and this is how I found out I was motion sick. So I was looking at the iPad, right, not knowing I was
Yeah.
motion sick, and threw up all over it. And this was my mom's iPad as well. I didn't even have an iPad back then,
Yeah.
and it was just all over the front seat, just all over.
Oh. Speaking of that, like that, we were coming down a mountain from somewhere.
Was this a skiing trip
And
or?
no, it was something I can't remember what it was for. But we were coming down a mountain. There was the gas station at the bottom of the mountain, and we stopped to get like gas and food and snacks and go to the bathroom before the drive back home.
Okay.
So we're coming down the mountain, and it's like one of those mountains you go around, and there's twists, turns, and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm on the iPad. I'm not a normally motion sick person,
Oh no.
but I was like, so we get to the gas station, and it's in my mouth.
What?
So I can't say anything, or else this stuff's gonna come out.
The throw up is in your mouth.
Yes, it's like I have a mouthful of it.
Oh, I want to
And
hear
it's
all about.
disgusting.
I want to hear all about how your parents reacted to you holding something.
They
in
couldn't
your mouth.
tell.
What?
They couldn't tell. My mouth was like my cheeks were blown out, like you would puff air into your cheeks.
Yeah,
or something
like
that.
when you have too
I
much
was
food in your mouth.
banging on the window, trying to get out of the car. Like, let me out. And I was like turning around like crazy, and they're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I can't say anything. I'm like, mm. So then we get like a bread bag. Like, you know how like bread
Did you
comes
throw
in
open
those
the
bags?
bread bag where
Yes,
there was
I
still
had to
food in it?
throw up in that. No, there was no food in it. It was an empty bread bag. But I threw up in that. No, it's just, I don't remember anything else from there. Or I threw up in the bushes.
What? How old were
Yeah,
you?
like outside. I don't know.
Were you youngling, as in like 4 to
Yeah, I was
5,
younger.
or
I was younger.
do you remember
I
how
was
much younger? Like, or do you just know that you were younger?
I don't remember. I was just younger.
So it didn't
And I
happen
was
in
like banging
2020.
on the window trying to get out. I was like, ah! I couldn't get out. But I got out, and it was a Hardee's actually. It was a Hardee's at the bottom of the mountain gas station.
I
And
want to know what trip this was, because I know you
I
will
don't
remember
know.
later, and I want to know.
I don't know. It may come back to me later.
So over the summer with 2020 and everything, all the bad stuff everyone has already heard about, with wildfires to murder hornets, which I'm glad I didn't get stung by any of those on a camping
Yeah,
trip.
whatever happened to those?
I don't know. Did they die off? Please tell us. Or
I don't think they're dead, but did you hear about, speaking of like murderous animals, there were like some ants or something, cannibalistic ants that got out of the lab somewhere?
I think that was fake.
Or like nuclear ants, I don't know. I just heard of that and I was like, oh god,
So
not again, 2020.
they announced this like a couple days ago that there was a zombie hurricane.
God damn.
So this happens when a storm, when a hurricane goes back into the water after it's had a after it's died down and it gone back into like a dissipated, and it has a chance of turning back and like coming back with
Wait, hang on.
the cold front. Oh no.
Please tell me this isn't gonna start a zombie apocalypse.
No, it's
Okay.
It's technically zombie because the hurricane like resummoned.
Okay.
Like it's now
I was about to be
back to be a tropical
there's-
storm.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a zombie apocalypse in 2020, but
I mean, at this point,
had
bring it
enough
on.
this year.
I mean, at this point, bring it on.
Don't say that.
Bring it
I kind
on.
of like my life here, and I don't want it to turn into an apocalyptic world outside.
We're not saying that you don't have. We're not saying that you have to leave your room.
Yeah, I just don't.
I just.
2027 though.
I mean, coronavirus, mutates again. Boom.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Because
No.
viruses can
Yeah, they can mutate. That's how it became human-born.
yeah.
Someone, it was in a bat. They ate the bat, and then
They,
boom.
did they find out it was a bat, or was it like some?
It was a bat.
Okay, they actually found out what it was.
I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know.
Okay. I bet we're getting this all wrong.
Probably. Speaking of coronavirus, this is a very big stretch, but coronavirus originated in China, and then China created TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, the recent scare, I wasn't even worried.
No,
I wasn't even worried for the recent scare. I was like, he said it so many times, like, I'm banning it, and it's just never happened. So I was like, it's not happening until it came to that day.
Until it came to that Sunday.
Banned. Yeah, and I was being like, okay, this don't actually happen.
So there have been multiple articles about this. If any of the viewers, or they probably do know about the scares, or actually, did you know your boyfriend did not know about the scares?
No, he doesn't have TikTok.
I know he doesn't have TikTok, but he texted me. It was like, "What's the scare?" For this reason, we will not be revealing his name unless he is a special guest on the show.
Yes.
And that will go with all the people who we talk about for secrecy reasons, or not. We don't know if they want to be told their name.
Charity. Yeah.
So he texted me all these questions about the show, and I was surprised.
Oh, yeah, he didn't know we had a podcast.
No, I didn't tell him. I
told him.
Yeah, you told him.
After we got our first episode out.
And that was all confusing with where it was, but it had to take a couple days before it could be called a full podcast, before it just be like one episode or just an episode of something. And finally now you can search up World According to Us, and it will be the first top result because there's nothing else like it. No podcast and YouTube.
There are a few YouTube channels though.
Yes, there's a few YouTube channels, but we are just a few down from the top.
Yeah.
Which is great. And finally, we are on Google Podcast and everywhere you can find a podcast. Besides Apple Podcasts, which is, we're trying to get to that. It'll probably take this episode and the next episode.
Yeah.
So, we're going to tell probably one other final summer story for now.
I don't have one that I can.
You don't have any funny summer stories. Do you want to tell about a biking story? Because I know you got a few of those.
Alright, biking stories. I can't think of anything else that's really funny other than the crackhead moments I have.
So, crackhead moments, for all the people that don't know, are crazy out of the blue.
And just say some weird as BS.
Yes.
I'm surprised you put up with it.
You're surprised that you put up with me, or I'm surprised that you put up with you?
No, you put up with me.
Well, it's not really like a suggestion. It's more of like it's not forced, but I choose. That came out totally wrong.
It's fine.
It's fine?
I don't know. What am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
Anyways.
So, one more story. I'm going to tell a biking story, if that's okay, Taya.
All right.
So, I wake up. We plan to go biking.
Oh, is this
Okay.
when you got screwed?
No, it's not. So, this was about either a month ago or 2 months ago. I believe it was in
Okay.
July. So, we planned to go biking, okay? And
Hmm.
we probably just got lunch. Uh, and I see this old vending machine. This
I know what you're doing.
old vending machine. Okay, and it's still operational. It's if you want to find where I drank it, it is right next to the local.
Shopping center and stuff.
Yeah, it's next to the Dollar Tree.
Yes.
The Dollar Tree in our town, and you can find it, and they have got orange Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Now, of course, being the idiot that I am, or the curious idiot that I
I
am,
didn't think that the vending machine was gonna work.
I didn't think it had anything in it. So I put in the amount of money it goes in, and I hit the orange Mountain Dew. Now, I've never heard or seen orange Mountain Dew. So,
I,
of course, I've got
I've
to try
seen
it.
them. Never had them.
I've only had, like, the original Mountain Dew, you know?
Never had that either.
It's like, it's Sprite. It's like Mountain Dew or Sprite or Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
Okay.
So I get it, right?
Yeah.
Me being the person that I am, we got Starbucks before that. We had gotten
Yep.
Starbucks and Hello Bagel for our lunch.
Hmm.
And by now, you guys probably know the surroundings of where we are, or if you live by our location. And I drink it. It has caffeine in it. Now, anyone that has heard me with caffeine, I don't stop talking. Or
It's good for in the morning, but it's like 3 in the afternoon.
yeah, it was 3 in the afternoon, or like afternoon time. We had like I want to say it was 2 o'clock.
Probably around then.
So we're on bikes, and when you have caffeine on bikes, you turn into some sort of daredevil.
Yep.
Now, for anyone who doesn't want to hear about the insane stuff that we've gone through on bikes, we have gone down hills probably that we like
I've almost
straight.
gotten hit by a car multiple times.
Yes, and that's not because of me. That's because you weren't looking.
Yeah. So I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention, but they
I
stopped
take
in
full
time.
responsibility.
Yes, you take full
Yeah.
responsibility. You can't blame it on
I
me
was
this
driving a
time.
truck.
You can't blame it on me this time.
Well, like, okay, so here's how bad my old bike's brakes were. I hit the brakes, and they don't stop. Like, some brakes, they'll be, like, really sensitive, and if you squeeze them so hard, you'll, like, fall over the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not with my old bike. I slid.
You
Like,
slid.
the tire stopped. The ground was wet, and I was like,
like skidding.
yes.
Oh, speaking of skidding, the most recent time, not the most recent time, like two past times where it was just me and Taya, we got lunch. Actually, it was the before the episode 0, and
Yeah.
we grabbed lunch. Actually, I grabbed lunch at Subway, and she just had played a game.
Yep.
So she was sweaty from head to toe. Sorry. And I went over to this local computer shop that we have. Now, I biked probably 4 to 5 miles just to get to Taya's her game to watch her game and to watch the ref who was one of my friends game. He was reffing. He was the mid ref for your game, and I bike back, and I bike all the way across town to our local computer shop.
PC store, yeah.
Let me see how far that was.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
It was a
think
good distance.
it says it was 5.5 or so miles
Makes sense.
just to get there. So I probably rode 17 miles that day,
Oh, wow.
and it was crazy. The amount of students I saw that day was
Yeah.
off the handles, off the hook.
Yeah.
But
And then we get to the bike shop. I mean, the
we get to the computer shop, and it is closed on Sundays. Like, what the heck? I bike all that way, and you can't open just for me. But sadly, I'm gonna have to end that and we're probably gonna have to talk about more biking stories in another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's come to that time, Taya, where it is 30 minutes, and that's all the time on the episode. It has been 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So all we want to say is thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the YouTube video. If you're watching a YouTube video, leave a like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell. We will see you next Wednesday. And this has been World According to Us.